You were last in Manchester, I think, in 1985.
Well, was I playing at the Free Trade Hall?
Apollo.
The Apollo.
Yeah.
Oh, right, the Apollo. And I believe it was at the Apollo that one of the gentlemen who was taking care of the theater gave me a tremendous bit of advice. I remember it now. I remember the advice that this chap gave me, because he knocked on the door. He said, it's time, Mr. Cohen, to go on. And I said, I'm not ready. And he said, well, we're never ready for the things we have to do. He said, we're never ready to be born, we're never ready to get married, and we're never ready to die. But it's time now, Mr. Cohen.
Do all three. But how does it feel to be back in the UK for this European?
Well, it feels, it doesn't feel all that foreign to me. So it's really nice to be here, and people have been very warm and very receptive to this whole enterprise. So it's not that uncomfortable.
There's a couple of questions that...
You're burning to know.
Yeah, well, a couple of questions for you, and a couple of questions for the news, but just a little more about the artwork. When did you realise that it was...
That was an artist?
You just told about it, so, you've been keeping workbooks.
Well, I've done these drawings, especially the big ones. I've been doing those for years and years. Some of them go back 20, 30 years. Some of them are that old that I've put them through Photoshop and made them a lot better. But some of them are exactly as they were drawn. The self-portraits, the little ones on the other wall there, those I did, there was a year or two when I did one every morning, just the way to start the day. So those are quite recent. But Richard Goodall, how do you pronounce his last name?
Goodall.
Richard Goodall has been after me for years. I never took it seriously. I guess he saw some of my little sketches here and there, and he thought it would be a good idea. But it's only with his incessant prodding that I actually assembled this exhibition.
So you never thought that the work that you were doing in an exhibition, it hadn't been for Richard, did you think they were good enough, or was it too personal?
Well, I never thought of it. It was just one of those things. I think everybody has activity like that in their lives, things they like to do. I never thought of it as having a public application, to tell you the truth. A lot of them like that, a lot of the sketches of things on tables, like that little bowl of fruit and candlesticks over there. Those were just done around the table with my kids when they were growing up. So that was one of the things we did regularly. There were always colors, crayons or oil pastels on the table and sheets of paper. A lot of it would come out of that period. So I never thought of it as a professional activity. I still don't, and it's kind of wonderful for me to see all this work from so many years assembled. And I don't know if there's ever going to be anything to succeed it. I don't feel any sense of urgency to have another exhibition.
Okay. I've got a question. But I know that your songs, like you just said, take years and years and years to write, and you can always go back and mess with them and touch them up, and you can do them differently on tour or whatever. But
sure.
Because these paintings or drawings are now made permanent in an exhibition, don't you regret not being able to go back and just fiddle with them a bit?
Well, I did fool with quite a few of them. And just in terms of selecting them, you know, one is editing in a certain kind of way. So there's a lot of pictures that probably wouldn't mean anything to anybody else. So no, I'm happy just to see the thing as they are. I don't. To me, this is a completely extracurricular activity. You know, it's. I mean, I'm very happy that they're so beautifully displayed, but you know, beyond that, I don't really have. My ambitions are not centered around this activity.
You never meant to be an artist.
I never meant to be or the other thing. Can we get them to be quiet? Is that what we want to do? Tell them to keep quiet, for Christ's sake.
You want to say that like that? I think that would work.